Alan Merritt.
You're a little late on that. Members and Natalie, welcome. We're all educators, teachers, consciously or unconsciously living the 7 secrets to get what we want. What are they? Think, state, believe, act, attract, think, and share. Cha-cha-cha. Today's report is brought to us by Mishmash. You may think that my report is a bit of a mishmash. I'm hoping, though, that by the time I'm done, that I will have made some sense. Perhaps one of the greatest educators of the modern age was Ralph C. Smedley, founder of Toastmasters. Why? Because last February 22nd, not one of us in this group remembered to celebrate his 140th birthday, or what would have been my centenarian father's 120th birthday. My story begins when I stepped into, oh wait, no, it wasn't last year. My story begins in 1878 with the birth of Ralph C. Smedley in Bloomington, Illinois. I did extensive research and did not find any siblings because I didn't read of any strife. This is Ralph. And I did not find any evidence of parents either. In 1903, Ralph graduated from Wesleyan University in Bloomington, Illinois, and promptly took on a job at the local YMCA. He worked at the YMCA. In 1905, Ralph was promoted to Director of Education in Rock Island, Illinois. He started a club when he saw that there was a need for speaking and for men to get together and organize meetings. In 1905, on March 24th, the first official Toastmaster meeting was held. In 1910, Ralph was promoted again. His first position was as Secretary of Education. His second position was Director of Education. He was transferred to Rock Island, Illinois, where he started a second club. The first club schmizzled. After Rock Island, Illinois, besides the club schmizzling, his love life did not schmizzle. Ralph was married to a woman. Mrs. Ralph C. Smedley, remarkably, carried the same first name and middle initial as her husband. Mr. and Mrs. Ralph C. Smedley shared a daughter, Betty Smedley. In 1919, Ralph was promoted again to Director of Education and moved to San Jose, California. Wait a minute, that was 1919. Moved to San Jose, California, where he spent 2 years with architects and contractors developing a new YMCA. Rock Island schmizzled. In 1919, Ralph was promoted again, this time to Santa Ana, California, where he spent 2 years also developing the new YMCA and found a home for Toastmasters. In 1924, the first official Toastmasters meeting was held in Santa Ana, California. The Smedley #1 Club, as they are called, has been meeting uninterrupted for 94 years. 1930, when Ralph embraced BC, British Columbia, that's not before Christ, that's British Columbia, Canada, he turned Toastmasters International. In 1950, Wesleyan University, his alma mater, bestowed upon Ralph an honorary doctorate degree, a doctorate of humane letters. In 1970, the first female Toastmaster spoke. Her name was Helen Blanchard. But she was not accepted, so they had to turn her name in as Homer. She also became the first female Toastmasters president. I think I skipped something here. This is 1919. In 1973, all women were admitted, regardless of name or sex. In 1978, and this is where I step into the story, I was an operator for Pacific Bell in Santa Ana, and I lived 2 blocks north of the official Toastmasters meeting at the YMCA. I worked 4 blocks south of the Toastmasters building at the YMCA, and I walked every day from work 4 times, lunch included. The whole time, I never stopped into the YMCA. I thought it was a gay club. The village people led me to believe it was a gay club, so I didn't go in. But years later, when I stayed in New York City, I realized it really is fun to stay at the YMCA. In 1990, Toastmasters constructed a brand new chrome and glass headquarters in Rancho Santa Margarita, California, which is about 7 miles from Santa Ana. What do Ralph C. Smedley and George J. Mayer have in common? Well, my father credits his position with the United States Department of Defense as an education advisor to Toastmasters and Ralph Smedley. As an education advisor, my father developed programs, university classes, as Deputy Dean of the University of Maryland Abroad for American servicemen and their dependents. At the time, it was not servicewomen, just servicemen, on 11 Air Force bases in 7 countries on 3 continents. I would like to leave you with one of my favorite Smedley quotes. We learn best, oh wait, I forgot this. Ralph found a look that worked for him, and he stuck with it. There is an empty chair at the Smedley No. 1 Club in Santa Ana that's been meeting for 94 years, which is open for our founder, in honor of our founder. I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite Ralph Smedley quotes. We learn best when we are having fun at the YMCA. No, I was going to say at the Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.